So this is that fence line I took down the other day, and it had all those rocks that were kind of piled up here. There's a couple left, but I got most of them out and repurposed them today. I felt like being a little creative. Talk about that tree in a little bit. But so I took all those rocks and got the tractor and moved them. So I put some landscape fabric down, cleaned out most of the little vines and things that were growing, put some landscape fabric down over here, and then kind of put these rocks in around this tree. And we'll probably put some more stuff in here. There's a couple more places I need some rocks. And then I put all that mulch in I got. So this is kind of like a little, it's not gonna be a flower bed, it's more of a little playground area for Nori. Stacy and I both thought it'd be kind of cool to have like a little magical forest or a little fairy houses down there. So you can see I still got the landscape fabric. I'm gonna let that sit there for a bit in case I have to move some of these rocks around. I need a couple more rocks for the top part. I need one to shove in there. But these all came from over there around that fence. They were all kind of piled up. Some are kind of in the ground. And I put some rocks kind of in the center. I think it looks pretty cool. There's a little place called Mayo Vegetable Clinic or something like that. Mayo Garden Center around here, and they have really cute little like gnome and fairy homes that would look really cool back in here. So we'll see what Nori thinks about it, but that's what I decided to do today. Hopefully it lasts, and hopefully Nori can get some use out of playing underneath there. If anything, I'm sure when Chai gets up here, she'll use that to plant some nice things. But anyways, I got done with that, and I started to come over here with the tractor to try to clean up some of these holes, because some of those rocks were actually kind of buried in the ground. So they had big holes, and I knew we'd be walking back and forth through here now to get over to the fort, and I didn't want to have to be tripping over holes or, you know, not paying attention and falling and twisting an ankle or something. But anyways, when I was trying to do that, I had to keep avoiding these low hanging branches, and there's a lot more of them. And I reached up at one point on one of these branches that was here, and grabbed them. I thought this was a Bradford pear, and maybe it is, I don't know. But I don't know if you could see that, but this is just a little stick, but it's like a little thorn. It's not a true thorn. I mean, it's basically the twig that's growing. But I grabbed a branch that was hanging down over here, and it went through my glove, which is like a rubber glove. And then it pretty much went right into my finger, and it hurt quite bad. So that frustrated me. And then I did it again. So I said, well, that's enough. So I grabbed the chainsaw out, cut a couple branches real quick, grabbed the tractor, pushed it all up into a big pile. And then the rest of the tree is way back over here off to the side. I'm gonna let it you know, dry out, and I'll burn it at some point, but it is way over there at the edge of the property line. And then, you know, this little part here, so I got to do some more cleanup. But I wanted to get home for dinner, but looks like I missed it. It's about 6:30. So anyways, I'm calling it quits for the day. When I was leveling this back out, I came across a couple more what looks like rocks, but this is actually end of a bag of concrete. So basically it's just a bag of concrete that hardened up in the bag, so it's rounded and it's concrete. But I did find a couple other little rocks that I'll probably grab with the tractor and put over there. to fill in some of the spaces when I was dragging some of that dirt out to level the different areas. I dragged another little rock or two out. Oh, so that's good. I'll be able to use those for over there. But that's what I did today. Like I said, I wanted to be a little creative. I started to cut up this tree over here. So I did this. One of the first projects I did was cut up all that stuff and get it in a pile. I'm going to go through it and pick some thicker tree stumps or tree trunks out to use on the fort as like little stepping stones or whatever. But I started cutting that big old thing up. I might try to design something with it. I don't know. I felt like being creative, so I was messing with it. But my battery on my chainsaw died, so I had to recharge it, and it died again, so I recharged it. Now on that second time, I decided to start messing with the rocks here and finishing that below that tree. And then after I charged the second time, I cut that down. Anyways, I'm calling it quits out here, and till next time, which will be tomorrow, have a nice night.